So, you're thinking of setting up a company limited by shares. A sensible choice. Nothing says ambition quite like voluntarily entering a lifelong relationship with filing deadlines. There are a few key points to think about before you register the company: the name, the registered office, the directors, the shareholders, and the persons with significant control. In other words, what it's called, where it lives, who runs it, who owns it, and who is really in charge. Which, as in many organizations, may not all be the same thing. Let's start with the company name. This needs to be acceptable for registration. That means it cannot be too similar to an existing name, it cannot be offensive, and it cannot give a misleading impression. To search whether your desired name already exists, simply visit www.gov.uk/government/organisations/companies-house and search your chosen name on the register. Certain words are also restricted, particularly if they suggest official status, regulation, or a connection to government. So if your early frontrunners include His Majesty's Elite Fraud Prevention Bureau Limited, that may require some reconsideration. Next, the registered office address. This is the company's official address for legal and government correspondence. Crucially, it appears on the public register. So, while using your home address may seem convenient, it is worth reflecting on whether you'd like that information publicly available to anyone with internet access and mild curiosity. Many people decide they would rather not and choose to go with their office or their accountant's business address. Then there are the directors. A company must have at least one director, and at least one must be an actual person. That individual must be at least 16 years old. More importantly, a director is not just a decorative title for a business card. Directors have legal duties and responsibilities, including making sure the company complies with its obligations. So, choose someone capable of coping with both authority and paperwork, and most importantly, someone who actually wants to do the job. Now, to the shareholders, there must be at least one shareholder, and at least one share must be issued. A shareholder owns part of the company, however large or small. In many small companies, one person is both the sole director and sole shareholder, which is an efficient way to ensure board meetings are short. Finally, you need to identify the persons with significant control, often referred to as PSCs. These are the people who ultimately own or control the company. Usually that means someone holding more than 25% of the shares or voting rights, or someone with the power to appoint or remove most of the directors. In short, if someone has meaningful influence over the company, the law would prefer not to be surprised by it. So, before incorporating, make sure you have a compliant name, an appropriate registered office, at least one eligible director, at least one shareholder with at least one share, and a clear understanding of who the persons with significant control are. Get those right, and you'll have laid the foundations for a properly constituted company, which is always preferable to discovering the details later in a panic. Do you want to learn more about the legal aspects that affect your business? Subscribe to our channel to watch more videos like this, where we break down the legal issues that matter to your business in a clear and practical way.